Explosive intro music hits hard. Deep bass, rising tension. Screen flashes quick cuts. A young couple laughing in 2020. Fading to a man sleeping in a foggy car window. Heated arguments, money-changing hands. A mother pointing aggressively. Bold red text slams on screen. When family becomes the enemy. What you're about to hear isn't just drama, it's 2 straight years of slow-burning disrespect, financial manipulation, passive-aggressive warfare, and a husband pushed so far that he's ready to burn it all down. This isn't some quick, petty revenge. This is a marriage hanging by a thread, while the wife's own mother and brother treat her husband like garbage. By the end, he's demanding revenge, and honestly, a lot of you are going to be on his side. This story is long, it's raw, and it's emotional. Stay with me, because the payoff is worth it. If you've ever been caught between your spouse and toxic family, this one's going to feel personal. Let's dive all the way in. Soft transition sound. Screen fades to warm. Nostalgic footage of a family laughing around a dinner table in 2020. It starts out like so many young love stories do. She's 25, he's 25. They've been married for 8 years. Yeah. They got together super young and made it work. Her family? A 53-year-old mom and a 36-year-old brother with kids of his own. Back in 2020, everything looks perfect from the outside. Game nights where everyone's cracking up. Dinners out at restaurants, cozy meals at home, real bonding. The husband is fully welcomed in. They're even living with mom for a while, and she says it's totally fine. But then the first little crack appears. Mom starts quietly complaining to the brother about the husband being there too much, even though she already said it was okay. Instead of confronting the couple directly, she goes behind their backs. The husband and wife pick up on the tension and decide, you know what? We're not going to be the problem here. They move out to keep the peace. Mature, right? They even have a nice, drama-free Thanksgiving together afterward. For a moment, it feels like everything's going to be okay. But that peace? It doesn't last. Music shifts to something uneasy. Visuals show money changing hands, tense side eyes. 2021 rolls in, and money gets tight. Rent is due, and she borrows $1,000 from her brother. She already owes him for car insurance payments he'd covered before, but she figures he's in a stable spot and can help family. She promises she'll pay him back, but almost immediately, every single time the brother sees her, the first thing out of his mouth is, "Where's my money? No, how you doing?" No small talk. Just pressure. She's giving him updates, explaining why it's taking time, reminding him she'll have it soon. And on top of that, she's babysitting his kids every other week at mom's house. Free childcare, but the reminders keep coming, and then the brother starts aiming that same energy at her husband. They invite the family over for a pool day, trying to keep things light. The husband walks up, tries to start a normal conversation with the brother, and gets completely ignored, stonewalled. The wife thinks maybe he just didn't hear, but the husband knows. He feels it. A little later, while she's babysitting at mom's, she and her mother get into a bad argument. Mom loses it and kicks everyone out. Her own daughter, the brother, and the grandkids, all of them sent packing back to the couple's apartment. And in that chaos, the brother grabs a pack of cookies he'd literally just gifted to the husband earlier that night and eats them all. Petty? Absolutely. But it's the first real sign that boundaries mean nothing here. The husband is annoyed, but he lets it go after his wife goes off on her brother about it. Things seem to cool down, until they don't. She's dropping the brother's kids back to their mom one day. She tells her husband she'll be right back. They have this rule they agreed on together. Nothing for anyone else before 10 a.m., unless it's urgent, because she struggles with putting her own needs in marriage first. But this time, she ends up doing an extra favor for her mom without telling him. He feels disrespected. He wants to talk to mom directly to clear the air. Mom doesn't want to hear it. She starts yelling at him right out the gate, accusing him of being controlling. Because get this, his wife sometimes pauses or hesitates when he asks her questions, but she doesn't do that with mom. That's the hill mom chooses to die on. The husband's relationship with the mother-in-law, completely broken after that. He decides he's done dealing with her family. But life doesn't care about boundaries. Money gets tight again, and she has to borrow from the brother one more time for rent. Now the brother is coming at both of them for the money, even though she specifically asked him not to involve her husband because it's causing problems in their marriage. And that's when 2022 becomes pure hell. Music drops low and heavy. Visuals show a man curled up in a car seat at night, rain on the windows. They lose their place and have to move, back in with mom. The husband refuses to step foot inside the house because of everything that's happened. Instead, he sleeps in the car outside. For months, to keep his peace. Think about that. A married man living in his car because being inside his mother-in-law's house feels worse. Whenever he's parked out there, the brother won't speak to him unless the wife is in the car too, or unless the brother wants something, or unless it's to ask about the money owed. Otherwise, invisible. The husband notices the brother's kids start acting strange around him too, distant, awkward. The vibe is poisoned. The car is still on the brother's insurance. One day, the husband gets into an accident that is 100% not his fault. He does the adult thing, walks right up to the brother and says, "Hey man, this happened. What do I need to pay to get it fixed?" Brother doesn't say a word, just turns around angry and storms inside. The wife goes in to figure out what's going on and ends up in a screaming match with both mom and brother. They start questioning whether the husband even takes care of the car. She snaps back, "I'd choose him over the car any day. You don't pay the note, so screw off." The brother finally admits he's furious because the husband isn't on the insurance, and rates are about to go up again, partly because of her past accidents. The husband hears about the argument later and feels completely disrespected. He went to the brother man to man, and instead of talking to him directly, they talked about him behind his back. They almost break up over it, but eventually, the husband and brother have their own conversation. Things seem to calm down, and they agree to get the car off the brother's insurance. For a brief moment, it feels like maybe normal is possible again, but it isn't. Now the wife isn't working, and the husband just wants to spend time inside the house with her, like a normal married couple. One day they're chilling in a room together, and the brother walks in on the phone, openly trash-talking them to whoever he's speaking to. Then he hangs up and immediately turns to them. "So when am I getting paid this month?" They actually laugh at first because they had literally just been talking about the payment plan. The husband calmly explains how his paycheck schedule works and how the brother will get paid. Brother's response? That just sounds like an excuse. You could have just said you're going to be late. The husband lets it slide in the moment, but it eats at him. He recognizes the passive-aggressive dig for what it is, and that's the final straw. To avoid exploding, he stops parking in front of the house and starts staying at a rest area overnight instead. Then one night at the rest area, he loses his phone. Everything boils over. He comes back to the house furious, because if it weren't for all the drama with her brother, he wouldn't have been sleeping in rest areas in the first place. She gets the kids out of the house so the two men can finally talk. The brother claims he doesn't remember half the stuff that's happened. Mom, who this has nothing to do with, keeps jumping in, yelling over everyone, saying she doesn't give a care. The wife tries to mediate, to find some kind of resolution. The husband stands up for his wife when mom starts talking over her, and that's when mom gets right up in his face, finger-pointing, screaming, "This is my house. You don't get to yell in here. This has nothing to do with you. She owes her brother money. And she's my daughter." The husband finally unloads. He brings up how mom kicked his wife out before, how she's treating him like a child when he's not, how the brother has been passive-aggressive for years, how his wife is constantly babysitting the brother's kids. Even when the brother is home and perfectly capable, the brother just sits there saying, "You're jumping from topic to topic." Mom keeps dominating the conversation. The kids end up coming back inside. The talk ends with zero resolution, and the couple leaves. The husband is shaking with rage. He gives his wife an ultimatum: revenge on her family, or we break up for real. Instead, they decide to fake a breakup. She tells her family they're done, just friends now, hoping it'll make them see how their actions have destroyed her relationship. Give things time to cool down, To the family, the marriage is over, but the husband still comes by sometimes because he made promises to the brother's kids that he refuses to break. When he does, he just parks outside. Mom comes home and immediately starts barking orders in a rude tone. You need to move your car, or I need you to move, so she can park. Never once considering that he's literally living in that car, sleeping in heat and cold. 1 week after the massive blowout, his car happens to be blocking Mom's in the driveway. As she's walking out, she says sharply, I need you to move. He doesn't respond, just drives off. Later, he asks his wife, why does she think she can talk to me like I'm her child? The wife agrees it was wrong. They make a plan. She's going to stop speaking to her mom because of how badly Mom and brother have treated her husband. They'll set something up to keep the peace, but she misunderstands the plan. She keeps talking to Mom anyway, and when the husband finds out, he's completely done. After 2 full years of disrespect, isolation, sleeping in his car, being ignored, talked about, ordered around, and blamed, he wants revenge, full stop. And now she's asking the internet, should I just let him get revenge on my family? Or is there something else we can do? Long pause for emotional weight. Music swells with a mix of sadness and anger. This story hurts because it's so real. You can feel the slow erosion of respect, the way good intentions get punished, the way trying to keep peace just invites more disrespect. The husband didn't start any of this. He tried talking directly. He let things slide over and over. He sacrificed his own comfort, sleeping in a damn car, to avoid conflict. And still, he was treated like an outsider, like a nuisance, like a child. So when he finally says enough and wants revenge, a lot of people are going to understand why. But revenge on family is messy. It can blow up in ways you can't control. The healthier long-term win might be going no contact, paying off the debt as fast as possible, getting into couples therapy, and building a life that doesn't depend on people who treat you like this. Still, part of me gets why he wants it. What do you think? Is he justified in wanting revenge? What would you do if you were him? If you were her? Drop everything in the comments. The best ones get shouted out next video. And if this story hit you hard, do all the YouTube things, like subscribe, notification bell, because we've got more deep dives like this coming. Sometimes the best revenge is just telling the truth out loud. Thanks for going on this long journey with me. See you in the next one.